Dear Nobody, I feel something rare, and it's happiness from within. Welcome back to Dear Nobody podcast, everyone. A few episodes ago, I was really honest in front of you and put my vulnerable side into light. And now I have decided that each month I will dedicate one episode for me to be truly honest and transparent of whatever I'm feeling or what I want to say at that current moment. It could be a life update or something I'm struggling with or even something successful in life. The main point is that during this one special episode, out of all the four episodes in a month, you will see the raw side of me. I decided to name the series a monthly check in. And it's basically self explanatory, right? And today's episode is one of them. Actually, it's the second one from the entire series. The first one was episode 3. It's called Stuck Between Knowing and Doing, where I was talking about how I lack discipline. And thankfully, after publishing that episode, I became better. And yeah, probably I will give an update in the future, but so far it's looking better. And today I specifically want to talk about how grateful and blessed I am. It's been a while since I've experienced this type of happiness that's actually from within me. Like, not the kind of happiness you would find yourself, like, let's say, after buying something or someone give you something. So it's not that kind of happiness, but the kind of joy that you're actually content with yourself and you're happy in life. It's like that peaceful kind of joy that comes from within me. The last time I felt this way was, I believe, in September, where I came back to New York and started my second year master's degree. And that time I was truly content with my life, but that journey didn't last very long. Probably after a month and a half, I became very unsatisfied with literally anything that I do, and I didn't feel any happiness from within. I was in a bad space where I just don't feel any sort of satisfaction from anything. It was pretty depressive, I would say. I noticed that I started seeking happiness outside of myself, and that's actually pretty destructive. I just want to say quickly that looking back in 2024, like last year, my fall semester was incredibly terrible. I was homesick. Literally, I was very depressed at that moment. So actually looking back at those moments and compare it to where I am right now, I can safely say that I came so far away, you guys. And I'm very grateful for where I am currently, and I'm happy to be in this state of mind. And I'm a survivor. I have gone through it, gone through the bad phases in life, and I'm I'm very happy with the experiences and that I survived. Moving on. So talking about when I was dissatisfied with anything in life, I became very dependent on other people to make me happy. Whether it's my friends, my boyfriend, or my loved ones, my family, I became like that. I know it sounds very selfish of me, but that was what I felt. Like, truly. I cannot fully pinpoint what exactly caused me to feel like that, but I've noticed a pattern in my life that whenever I distance myself from God, I always most likely will end up feeling this way. No matter how hard I try to find peace and happiness on my own, I can't seem to have that peaceful happiness from within when I'm far from Jesus. I think that's true though, because at this current moment, I'm feeling very close to God and I think about Him more and more, and that just automatically make my life better. And I'm at peace because I have a good relationship with Jesus. Whenever I'm not close, I feel so lost and restless, and that led me to seeking validation from others or basically depending on others for my own happiness. And that sucks. That season of my life was really frustrating because it seems like everything that I did wasn't enough, and simply I wasn't satisfied with anything. I just want to put this out there. If you are currently feeling unhappy or restless, or seems like everything you do isn't enough, you're not alone. And maybe this is a sign for you to get closer to God. Just try to talk to Him, pray to Him, and tell Him what's actually going on in your life. Like, talk to Him as a friend. Try to ask Him for true joy. For me, every single time that I don't feel satisfied with anything, that's low key a sign that I have drifted away from God, and that reminds me to come back and be closer to Him. If you're currently listening to this, maybe God sent you my way for a gentle reminder to get closer and just pray to Him. Well, anyway, today is my first day of holiday, which means school's over and I am finally free. Well, not quite. I still have some jobs and practices that I have to do because the ugly truth is, in the big girl life, we have jobs and they unfortunately don't have any breaks like what we have when we're in school. But since there's no school, because there's winter break, I finally got a chance to stroll around town at beautiful hours like when the sun is still up and it's not early in the morning. It's quite rare to do that, especially if I have school. And most importantly, with the daylight saving time, the days just get shorter. It makes it so frustrating that the days are visibly shorter, especially if you want to sleep in and you, let's say, start the day at 11 a.m. Seems like you just have only 4 hours of your day and everything else is already at night, like very dark, pitch black. Well, not pitch black, but you get what I mean. It's very dark, no sun. I love strolling around town, especially during the season of Christmas and winter. And thankfully, this year we have a white winter where it snows. It's very rare. I think the most snow that we had was like 3 years ago in New York, and I haven't seen a lot of snows after that. So, to have a white winter in New York is a good thing, even though sometimes it's yucky after that, but it's still a beautiful sighting. New York is such a fun place to be during this season specifically. And I think it's one of the best places to be too. Because we just have so much lights around town. Everything is beautiful with their decorations and also winter markets. They're pretty expensive and overpriced, but I mean, you get the experience and drinking hot cocoa while watching people skate, like in Rockefeller Center, or looking at the white snow that covers the whole city. It's a very beautiful city. But of course, there's tons of people during this time of year. Like, the number of tourists are multiplied by I don't know how much, but it seems like there's just a gazillion people here in town suddenly. But I get it though. I mean, New York is so alive and so much fun. But I just highly recommend to avoid Rockefeller Center area on the weekends because it can be quite a hell around there. So just watch out. It's basically loaded with people. Like, seriously, you're gonna be squished in everywhere you go. It's like Times Square during New Year's. You know where the ball drop is? Like the countdown ball drop. It can feel like that. You don't even have any space for yourself, and you're basically touching with other people. Sometimes it's actually insane, like the amount of people who's there. You know, today I went out and I saw the tree, the Rockefeller tree, and it's actually really gorgeous. I know I've seen that tree. I mean, not the same tree because they always change it every year, but wow, like something about this year. And that was the first time I saw it with the lights on. And it just makes my heart like, whoa. It's something very magical. And I didn't really notice that last year. I don't know why. That experience was actually very magical. And I wasn't even supposed to be there. I mean, so my day was supposed to be me going to late night show of Seth Meyers, but then I was late. Like I was late to check in, and then they put me in the wait list line, like a standby line. So I waited, and basically we have like 6 people in for the standby list. I was the last one. There was actually another 2 more, but they didn't come. So I was the last one. And they only had 4 spots left. So, yeah, me and that one other person, we literally cannot come in because they don't have any seats. So, yeah, I don't know why, but I was late because the trains were crazy. They were delayed and then suddenly they went into express, and I was just like running, a lot of running involved. But anyway, I got a lot of things done because I didn't get to watch the show. The guest artist was Kate Hudson and Odessa, which was amazing. But I was really happy that I got a chance to live in the moment and be a tourist. I even got like a Polaroid taken of me in front of the Rockefeller tree. It's actually gorgeous. I was strolling around alone, so why not? And then I got myself a beautiful coat, and basically that concludes my whole day. And it's always that unexpected moments that grabs your attention, you know? At least that's for me. It's always like that. Like sometimes life just moves in differently and you just gotta appreciate it. And I'm actually really grateful that I didn't came into the taping because man, if I had been in there, I wouldn't get this Polaroid of me taken in front of the tree and also that beautiful coat that I just got. When one door closes, another one opens, and usually most of the time the other door is way better for you, better in every aspect. And what's crazy, actually, the Polaroid guy, he was there when I was there. And then when I came back, like probably an hour later, he was gone. It seems like he was just there. I don't know why. Like it just seems like God just wants me to take that picture with that person because he was just like gone. And it wasn't the peak of the tourist moment, you know? Like I feel like when you're a photographer wanting some clients, you would wait until the peak moment of people going there, right? But he wasn't. So that's something that I just found, that I just thought of. I don't know if it's just coincidence, but it's like an invisible string. Talking about a lot of people, like tourists, I used to hate tourists. But then I saw this one post where it basically talks about how it's also their first time experiencing it, like the tourists experiencing it. And that completely shifted the way I see them. Now, whenever I see tourists taking pictures or walking very slowly, enjoying their time, or even blocking the pathways, which they usually do, I don't know why. It's just like in the middle of the road, they just stop there. I don't know. But I just thought to myself that it's their first time experiencing New York. And to be completely honest, I was like that too at the beginning when I was a tourist here. I look at their joyful smiles and being so happy and starstruck with the Christmas trees, lights, buildings, like literally the whole city. And that just brings me back to the time where I visited New York for the first time. So I try to shift the way I see it. I totally fell in love with New York for the very first time I came here. And that was, I think, in 2015, I would say. And I feel like there was just like an invisible string with the city because I knew it from the start that I will be here in New York. I don't know why. I just have that feeling, that connection. And here I am, living my life in New York. Like literally, I don't know if that's manifesting or not, but it is honestly a dream come true. And it's God's gift that I'm able to be here and live for almost 5 years now. Wow. It's actually quite insane. For me, I always knew that New York is kind of like my end game for my school years, especially for my bachelor degree. And it's just a pinch me moment that I was actually accepted into several schools here and everything went smooth like butter. And also for my master's degree, I didn't even expect that. Like, God truly listened to my dreams. It's a gentle reminder for you guys that never forget your dreams. They can come true in the moment you least expected. And, well, at least that's also for me. So, if you look at a tourist and you're kind of like irritated by them, wherever you are, just imagine yourself how would you react when it's your first time visiting that place? And also remember that it's probably their first time experiencing it too? So let them enjoy it. I know it can be kind of frustrating sometimes, but at least try to change the way you view them because it definitely made my life better and also in a more positive environment. Definitely, I also think I'm so used to my environment and living here in New York that sometimes I just forget how beautiful this city actually is or can be. Sometimes, even me, I also need to take a moment and step back from this busy life and just experience life and look at my surroundings and appreciate them more. Just because we're used to it doesn't mean that everyone else is also used to it. It's just sometimes we forget the beauty of it when we see them every single day. This reminds me of relationships too, like in the movies or TV shows. When you first want something so badly, it feels so magical. But once you have it in your hands and in your life, you get used to it, and then the beauty just fades away. The grass is always feels greener elsewhere. We forget to appreciate and work on what we already have instead of wishing about something that we don't have. This type of happiness, the peaceful, quiet joy from within, is something I pray for all of you listening to this right now. To close this episode, I wish you nothing but pure happiness, peace, and stability in life. May God bless you in everything that you do and help you become the person that God wants you to be. Let Him be a part of your life. Loop Him in every decision that you make, whether it's big or small. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and also being a part of my journey in life. As always, new episodes on Thursdays on all platforms And if you like this episode, let me know in the comments or rate the podcast. It really means a lot to me. If you want to send in your thoughts or say something to me, I have a mailing box at Dear Nobody Podcast Instagram bio. It's all anonymous, so I won't know who sent the letter. And that's it for today. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.